welcome back to my behind the scenes videos on my PA levels. I am recording this immediately after the immune video because I still have time. So if you left feedback on that video, I did not read it yet. Anyways, we're going to be going straight to my next level because honestly, why not just do it chronologically? So we're on Trainwreck of Electro Swing next. We'll be doing the same thing. We're going to be zooming out in the alpha editor and going through it and seeing what we can see. I don't think there's going to be as much to explain, but obviously there's one part in the middle that's kind of cool that I'm sure some of you guys want to see how it works. And obviously my tail's great because we're on alpha. So yeah, let's just get started with this. First thing that we notice is that layer 1 is empty, because I started doing it so that layer 1 is my empty layer instead of like layer 5 is what I did before. Now layer 1 is empty. I don't know why, I just decided this is going to be the layer that I have empty, except for all my duplicate objects back there anyways. Wow, look at that, that's funny. Alright, so you can see the objects in the background looping, that's funny. Then it just stopped. Oh yeah, the train wheels also just stop at some point because we don't see them. Anyways, here's the cutscene. Nothing really happening here. By the way, fun fact, there's not actually any hitbox outside of the train. The only hitbox is in the ceiling and the floor. And it's not the entire ceiling and floor either, it's like part of it, so that like if you just slightly touch it you don't get hit, but it's like this part I think. But it's not like this part, it's this part that hurts. So that's just to prevent you from going outside. The rest of it doesn't really matter, obviously. Second fun fact, you don't actually take any damage if you miss this particular indicator, because I just didn't bother putting any hitboxes in this part. I just like whatever. It's just there so that the animation lines up when it moves you to the next screen, because there's like a spotlight and I wanted it to line up. Obviously I'm zoomed out, but if I was like up here instead it wouldn't work. See, like it doesn't. I was lazy. I was like, I didn't want to do all the keyframes. Like, yeah, just go there, you know. Anyways, look at that. That's funny. Look at all those cannonballs just in midair. Fun fact, so I did learn about optimization at this point, so all of these cannonballs are being reused and teleported. Apparently the wheels are still there. Look at that, that's funny. So yeah, look at those cannonballs doing funny things. Now the next part loads in. Here you do take damage if you're not in the indicator. There are hitboxes like right here. Alright, so now the next card loads in. Fun fact about this part, so I don't think it's really working on alpha, but on default and on legacy, any other branch, there's a gradient here just for the slime to make it have like a glowing effect. But since it's like a really long stretched out gradient, it like changes positions based on the branch because the text is different based on the branch. And I wanted to accommodate for that on both legacy and on default. So I literally it like translates to the left. So like I literally have like this like blocker object here to like block the rest of the gradient depending on which version you're on. Like either it's too much to the left or too much to the right depending on the version you're on. So I just have these just background colored objects blocking the gradient if it happens to overflow to the wrong side. Because I just decided that was a good thing I wanted to do. So yeah. Look at those boxes spinning for whatever reason, then going back, and then cauldrons spawning in. That's fun. A fun thing I want to point out is this thing right here where the cannonball hits the box then it falls in and it explodes and that thing falls over. There was like no reason for me to add that. It doesn't even... You're probably not even going to be over here, like, you won't get hit. It's just to make it look cool. I thought that was cool. Alright, next part's coming up. Here it goes. Look at those saws. Look at them go back and forth. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at those objects. Why are the wheels still here? Do those wheels stay here the whole time? I don't think I ever noticed that. Alright, so, in this part, the saws split up the train into multiple parts. So what I had to do here is... Normally these are all just, you know, one giant rectangle, but I had to split it into multiple parts so that I could do this part, and then each part has a parent and I just move it. You'll see here. They just fall apart, the rest of it is back there. That's kind of cool. Let's watch that again. Look at that. And then that part falls off too if you didn't notice. That's cool. Those saws just kind of... Yeah, that's funny. Then we go up. Look at that. Look at all this stuff going on. Everything moves up. Even the mountains and everything move up too. That's funny. Now we have the motion 3D effect, where the objects come in from the background and they hit you on screen. The first two are set in place, like as a tutorial, and then the rest are randomized. I already explained how I did that in Immune. Same thing here. We have these cannons spawning in down there, which I had to make move along with the side-scrolling at the same speed, so they just kind of sit there otherwise. And then these things are here to make you think that you're on the roof, but there's like nothing below it. Because that's supposed to be the roof of the train, but you just see that. Obviously the mountains are still doing their thing. The sizes are randomized every time that they teleport. The clouds are very slowly moving, by the way. It's like very, very slowly moving throughout the entire level. And then by the end of it, it's like in a different position. Like real clouds. Actually, another fun fact about this is just fun facts, why not? When I first uploaded this level, these cannonballs were normal objects, but they're not, obviously they weren't supposed to be because they're in the background. They're supposed to be decorations. But I just used like the normal cannonball object from my other attack, and I didn't even notice it during playtesting for whatever reason. Until I uploaded the level that morning of the contest, because this was for the contest, right? I realized, crap, I have to make those decoration objects. So the morning of the contest, I pushed an update to this level after it was already submitted to fix that, and I don't think anyone has ever known that until right now. Alright, here comes the good stuff. It's the part where you have to dash, and it plays the cinematic of the player on the hookshot. There are the bars going in to make the movie screen. And then we flash to here. So what's happening here? We're like zooming out, obviously, to make the players smaller so that they hide in the bar better. And we're also like, let me check, yeah. Here we go, we're like teleporting way upward. I think. Slightly upward, you know, to push the player down, right. And so now we have this animated player. So let me explain how I did this. As most things, it's actually surprisingly simple. So we have the head and the tails, they're all parented to this parent, which is doing the actual swinging. So this is rotating about a fixed point. And everything here is like offset. So this just rotates back and forth. And with parent offset, it looks like it's swinging. It's rotating right here, obviously. And then here, this is linear, and then we stop here at like, I'm just teleporting it away, I guess. So right here, we actually switch to a different object because this one was parented here, this one has to be like separately parented, so this is what's animating it here, it's just animating the jump. Again, it's rotating and it's, you know, parent offset. 2 parents for that. And then here, it's this thing comes out, like actually right here. These green markers are where I'm switching them, I think. Honestly, it's pretty seamless. Like, if you look right there, you'll see both of them at the same time. They're not perfectly overlaid sometimes. I tried to make it close, but I didn't bother to make it too close. So if you like pause right there, you'll see both of them. But then it switches to the next one, which is parented here. So that rotates around there. Then we do the same thing again, where we hand it off here. It's like, it's a very... You can kind of see the transition there. But when you're playing, it's very hard to notice. Okay, this one's bad. Some of them are worse than others, apparently. But I tried to make it like instant, but like instant is weird, so sometimes it's not actually instant. So it just overlaps, but it might also be because we're on alpha and the keyframes are all messed up, but yeah, it just keeps doing that. And obviously the screen is not moving during this. It's just all these hook shots are moving. The screen's staying put. It's just the hook shots that are moving during this whole thing. So then we do this one more time. Yeah, was that? Like, I had to like wait for the offset to catch up there, and it's like, then it does that. Then we do the animation where it's like, oh crap, and then it falls down. That's kind of funny. I thought that was funny. If we play it back, it looks fine. It looks great. And obviously, to get hit, there's just like, as soon as that happens, there's like a hitbox back here. There it is. Dash damage. It lasts for 0.05 seconds. I tried to make it as short as possible so that it wasn't unfair. And it's also like slightly, it happens slightly after you're supposed to dash, so that you actually have time to dash. Like if you look at the timeline here, it's slightly after the marker, and it's very short, so as long as you're dashing right here, you don't take damage. And that's how I do it. Great, and then we teleport back down. It's like, okay, this is like a series of events right here. It's all obscured by the white, but like, it's supposed to get you in position here. Like if let me zoom back in. Right, so if I do this in slow motion, it puts you right there. Which, what is this? Okay, so let's take a close look at this BS here. So instant to 0, then zoom into 4, and then we push him to the left, and then we go back to the right, so that's in the center, and then we zoom back out. So after all of those operations, which you can kind of follow along with because of the tail, we end up in the center. And that's perfect, and that's great. Perfect. Here we have another messed up gradient again. And here's the... Oh, the mountains are still up there, that's funny. The lava part. Oh, there they are. Now they're back to normal. Let's just watch this now. You can see all the attacks happening as you would expect. Everything spawns in off screen. Level reference. And yep, that's that part. I think I also did the gradient fix thing back here. No, maybe not. Okay. Anyways, next transition. And final part. Have these things chasing you and all these things doing a thing. Speed lines. And then we reach the end, which it's obvious when you play it, obviously, because it doesn't push you back, but this entire thing is like parented to a thing that moves the entire background, so that you don't just get pushed into the saws. This entire thing moves on its own, obviously. And the mountains are there in the background too. And you can see the clouds there too. And we made it in time. Wow. I don't know if anyone actually got this joke that I did. It's like, the whole theme of the level is that you're filming a music video for the conductor, and he's getting footage for it based on you running through the train, which is based on what actually happens in A Hat in Time, where you have to film footage for a movie. But then I say the music video theme is Electro Swing, and as that happens, the conductor looks directly at the camera. The joke being that this is for an Electro Swing themed contest, where there's an award to be won. And he just looks straight at the camera and he says, "I thought it was funny." No one seemed to laugh at it, but anyways, here's the thingamajig. Wow, look at that circle. Awesome. Trainwreck of Electro Swing, there you have it. And once again, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments and let me know what behind the scenes video I should make next, if you even want to see any more of these, if you like these at all. I'm not going to make another video in a row this time. I'm actually going to wait and post these 2 videos first. And yeah, okay, great, thanks. Bye.